name of God. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much. We thank the brothers in Sharq Forum for giving me this chance. Um, uh, no, everybody knows that Yemen is living very difficult and miserable circumstances since the war waged by Houthis and controlling Sana'a, the center, and then spreading around all over the country under the force of arm, which was taken from the stores of the country, and it used all of the security, financial, media capabilities, and all of other resources in the country to wage war against Yemen from the north to the south and east to the west. And then later on there was a coup against all of the governmental institutions, legislative, judiciary, and the president and the prime minister were excluded, and the parliament was closed, and the constitution was suspended, and so it destroyed everything the Yemenis did since the revolution of the 26th of November until those militias waged war against Yemen. And all of the institutions, governmental institutions, were dissolved, whether civil society organizations, parties, syndicates, and others. All of those were non-operational, and they imposed an iron grasp on them, which led to the war, an internal war, and confrontations, and then regional intervention, and then the Arab coalition after the call from the elected president, and then Yemen started a conflict, and the coalition tried to save what's left in Yemen, and the war actually turned Yemen upside down in an unprecedented way. As a result, this was reflected on the lives of all of the Yemenis, except a very limited group from the elitists, while the others, other Yemenis, they are in a very difficult situation, very bad humanitarian situation. Okay, I have 10 minutes only, but actually talking about the situation, the miserable situation Yemen is witnessing needs a lot of time, and also what the Yemenis are, how the Yemenis are violated, their security, their rights are violated. If I keep talking for 10 hours, I'll not be able to cover it. But I'll try to make it brief. First, regarding the economy, the economic situations since 2016 until now, and the salaries in the civil servants and the employees haven't been paid, and the rebels are able to pay the salaries of the employees in addition to their currency needs, which the currencies or the foreign currencies which were preserved in the central bank, and they confiscated the money and the funds of all of their enemies, and also imposing taxes under the pretext of like war taxes, and also confiscating all of the humanitarian aid provided to Yemen and making them a way to win affiliation for their benefit. The amount of aids provided to Yemen were not up to the level, but we appreciate all of the aids provided from Saudi Arabia and other sister countries, but still the need is really high among the Yemenis, and that's not enough, and people are in dire need and poverty. In addition to depending on the market of the oil products, using the black market only, and uh, the returns of the oil only goes to the militias. I'd like to refer to the fact that the aid provided by so, also like this Saudi Arabia, the Saudi Arabian governments put a lot of impose a lot of restraints against their money transfers to Saudi Arabia and from and to Saudi Arabia, and that led to to a more difficult situation. In addition to epidemics, the spread of epidemics, and the lack of vaccines, and the fact that many health centers are not operational, and some centers for treating chronic diseases. All of these things are accumulated, and they are among the misery of the Yemenis. And everybody knows that in regarding media, many journalists and human rights activists have been imprisoned, and many journals and TV channels have been closed. And there is a lot of restrictions on all of the people that voice their opinions on social media, and people are not able even to like some posts. They will be subject to arrest. They might be arrested and imprisoned because of some social media posts. And after they imposed many taxes on the society, and also they imposed some sectarian training courses to spread their sectarian thoughts that will destroy the social structure and texture, to spread the hate culture among the Yemenis, and also playing with the school curricula to spread their sectarian thoughts. This is the situation in general. There are many things I'd like to draw your attention to. First, the issue of murder against many people under the pretext that they belong to ISIS or something, and that was used as a pretext to liquidate many people. Torture, psychological and physical torture, which led to death. Also destroying places of worship, besieging cities and residential gatherings, and killing civilians through mines and shelling and using ballistic rockets, forced disappearance against many activists and some leaders. And that was practiced against Mr. Muhammad Saqqahtan Sbai'i, Mr. Mohammed Mansour Hadi, in addition to the sons of the previous President Saleh, in addition to forced displacement and forcing people to move from their houses, recruiting children, in addition to depriving about 3 million students from going to school and receiving education. In addition to imprisoning and violating and assaulting women who went on peaceful demonstrations, also raiding houses and violating them. Here I'd like to tell you that to tell you more about it, there are some practices are similar to some practices are practiced in the southern provinces against some practices against the northern provinces. Those acts were too bad, actually, and we condemn all of them.